Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 22 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. And I apologize, I am really, really tired, and I'm trying to make myself stay awake, and it's not working. Anyway, um, today I just decided to celebrate being crazy. Um, just a little bit crazy, or celebrate my wild side. My wild side, depending on what you consider to be a wild side. Um, when I was growing up, my biological mom used to always joke about everybody being crazy, and she would always had this saying, something she would always joke about putting on the answering machine. She never actually did, but she would say we should put on the answering machine that the in are not sane and the sane are not in, and kind of joking that we were all a little bit crazy. But she made being crazy seem like, fun, better, different than being like normal or average or everyday. So a little bit insane, a little bit crazy, but I guess it's a matter of, what's sane and what's insane. I don't know who gets to decide that. And obviously, I'm not um, insane enough to end up in an insane asylum or loony bin or whatever. But I do have my little crazy moments and my crazy days, and I just randomly do crazy things. And I always tell my kids or my kids' friends that I'm the crazy stepmom. I'm the crazy lady. I don't know why. I think that I enjoy having a little bit of a crazy side to me because it's that side that just kind of kicks in and says, I'm going to do this and I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm just going to do this. And I randomly do crazy things like that. And so part of the reason I decided to do crazy is because I hung out with my daughter today and she decided she wanted to dye her hair blue. I don't know why we dyed her hair blue, but we dyed her hair blue because, hey, what the heck, why not? Right? But we had some extra hair dye, so we dyed my hair blue too. And I was just like, I'm crazy. I just like, but I think it's fun to let my daughter express herself, to experiment, to just try new things, and I'm okay with her trying it on me too. I'm like, this is cool, but I also only have the stuff that washes out. It's not permanent, so it's supposed to wash out in 4 to 10 washes because although blue is one of my favorite colors, it is not a color that I want my hair to be. And my daughter remembered when I dyed my hair red, and she's like, "You should dye your hair." And I'm like, "Oh, you want to do it red again?" And she's like, "No, you should dye it purple." And I was like, "I don't want to dye my hair purple. I don't mind coloring it something that's like a natural hair color or something that looks good on me, but I'm not gonna, because I mean, I had kind of strawberry blonde hair at one point in my life, and I've had dishwater blonde hair in my life. So if I like bleached my hair to a lighter color or put something like that, or if I do like a little strawberry blonde color or auburn color, I think I have the skin tone for that, and it looks okay. It looks good. I get a lot of compliments when I do that with my hair. Um, but that's not my natural hair color. This is my natural hair color minus the blue, but she just did the blue on the ends. She didn't do like the whole hair blue, so I think you can kind of see like right here going down. And then there's the other part of me that if it doesn't wash out, I can always just cut it off because my hair is really long and it would probably be okay if it was shorter. So I'm like, that might be another crazy thing that I do. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna chop my hair off, and I don't have to deal with the crazy color decision that I did. But this is my moments of insanity where I just don't think clearly, and I'm like, okay, sure, let's do something crazy. Why not? So it just kind of my crazy just comes out, and I don't think about it. But then I think it's kind of fun, and I should celebrate that little crazy side of me that just comes out every once in a while, especially when I can do fun, crazy stuff with my kids and encourage them that it's okay to have a little crazy, a little wild, a little, something fun in there. Because I think we should all have something fun, something a little crazy, something, something that other people think are crazy or whatever. Because I'm like, I would never do that. I'm like, yeah, well, you're just missing out on all the fun, hon. that's my crazy talking. Because I think we all need to have a little crazy. We all need to have a little fun. Um, do something a little on the wild side. For me, this is wild for me. This is probably as wild as I But I also did get out my little cards, showed my daughter, so we played Winnie the Pooh version of Uno, and it's on bigger cards, so they're bigger than regular hand deck size, but they're not like a huge size, because they're meant for little kids to hold them. And of course, they don't have nearly as many Uno cards as you would get like an actual Uno deck of cards. But the only other Uno deck of cards that I have, I think, I don't know, I might have more than two Uno deck of cards, but I have the actual Uno deck of cards, but it's the little mini version. So we were crazy and we played the little mini version of Uno. And it was so funny because my daughter's like me. She's like, let's just pull this apart. We got to do the little. She's like, oh no, I'm doing this. Like, I can't even hold this in my hand, but I'm doing it. We only played one short little game because it's really hard to play with the really tiny cards, but it's fun. Little crazy side. And then, of course, when she was like dyeing my hair, she was making the globes make that squeaking noise. You know, the noise that just kind of irritates you, like squeak, 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 when it rubs together. It was just kind of annoying. And she's like, I'm having so much fun making this noise. And I was just laughing because I'm like, I have so much fun making noises like that too. Just randomly. I'm like, okay, this for whatever reason, just randomly annoying noise is kind of fun to be making multiple times over and over and over again. Again, the little crazy, insane part of my brain. So clearly I'm passing it on to my child. I'm like, here you go, honey, you can have this too. But I think it's fun that we have something like that in common and that we can do that and just have fun and hang out together. Because I don't know how much longer she'll just let me hang out like that. Maybe it's something she'll always be willing to do. But she's like, I remember when we did this and when we did that. And it was fun today. And it was fun to be a little bit crazy, a little bit insane, to just do things I don't normally do just because I got caught up in the moment and it just seemed like a good idea at the time. No, I'm kind of stuck with it. So I'm like, yeah, if anybody asked, I was just feeling a little crazy. I just wasn't thinking clearly. It was just, yeah, no, I was. I figured it's not going to hurt. It's something that's just going to wash out and better than just wasting it, throwing it away, the stuff that we didn't use. So, and it's just fun, just a little crazy, and it gave me something to celebrate today because I was trying to figure out what am I going to celebrate about myself today. So I'm just going to celebrate that I have a little crazy in me, and not the crazy that makes me depressed or possibly insane, mental illness type crazy, but just the fun, off the wall, random crazy, because that is what I am. Occasionally fun, off the wall, and just random. Mostly the just random things, and I'm sure for some people this is an everyday occurrence and this is perfectly normal and it's no big deal, but this is not my color, not my thing. But for a moment of insanity, moment of crazy, bonding moment with my daughter, or whatever you want to call it, I figured it was totally worth it. So, and I think for moments like that, totally crazy is totally worth it. And hopefully those are the things that she will remember when she grows up and she can pass that on to her kids. So it'll be like a tradition of crazy or spontaneous, randomly doing fun things just because, just experimenting and seeing how it looks. You should see her hair blue. Oh my gosh, it's like way brighter and it just pops way more than this does. So like, okay, that's kind of cool. But she's super happy with it, so I'm super happy, and I'm like, yay, passing the crazy. Gotta have a little bit of that, just fun, spontaneous, whatever stuff. And I guess for me, fun, spontaneous, out of the ordinary, different from what everybody else wants to do, it's crazy. Because, when I was growing up, if nobody else wanted to do it, I didn't get to do it, or I was too afraid to do it. Or everybody's like, you're crazy because you want to do that. And I'm like, yep, I'm crazy because I want to do something different. So maybe that's where I get my definitions. I know I have very distorted definitions of things and words I've discussed in several videos, and I have to use different words to try to convince myself to do things because I have associated negative connotations with certain words. So with crazy, I have associated fun and spontaneity and a little bit of a wild side. or just, just because it sounded like a good idea at the moment. So, hey, why not? And then later I was like, yeah, I was just a little insane at the moment. I'm going to just plead insanity, right? That was something else me and my siblings did growing up. I was like, I'm just going to plead the fifth. I don't know what happened. I'm just pleading the fifth. My insanity kicked in. But anyway, I am grateful that I got to have a little crazy today, and I get to celebrate a little crazy. And I hope each of you have a little bit of crazy in you. And I hope if you enjoy these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you find lots of fun, crazy ways to celebrate yourself. And have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing.